Greetings to my 945 subscribers and of course you, the potential subscriber. Tonight we are looking at the Glenfiddich The Solera vat 15-year-old. Quite excited about this one. I've done quite a lot of Glenfiddich over the last 2 years. Kind of like them all. Some of them a little bit of a hit, some of them a little bit of a miss, but most of them were quite enjoyable. Especially the age statement, the 19-year-old, and also the 23-year-old was absolutely fantastic. So quite looking forward to this one. It is of course a Speyside whiskey, bottled at 40% ABV. It is a maturation between ex-sherry cask, ex-bourbon cask, fresh American oak cask, and of course when they put everything in a big vat, and the Solera vat, and of course that is where a little bit of the marriage takes place. And of course, from what I also understood, they don't drain the whole thing, so they keep on adding whiskey to it, maybe 1/4 left, and then they add the next batch of whiskey to it, and of course they create this little bit of a Solera type of whiskey. Kind of interesting. And I'm not sure if it's going to translate as well into the nose and the taste, but quite looking forward to this one. And of course the cost, my online store, you can still get it for 80 euros for a bottle. So not a crazy expensive price for a 15-year-old, but also getting to my upper limit that I'm actually willing to spend to a 15-year-old. So color-wise, 40% ABV. I don't get any information with regards to the coloring, so it is a nice little golden color. So if I do add some color to it, not really sure. Maybe leave a comment. What do you think? Do I add color to it? Would be interesting to know. As you know, I don't like to do a lot of research on whiskey. I just want to give my nosing and tasting notes. And once you start digging too deep, you see somebody else's review or somebody else's notes. And of course, that's not going to be my notes then, because it's going to stick in the brain that they got some mint tea. And of course, I don't want to reflect somebody else's notes. So color-wise, nice golden color. But of course, it's all about the nosing and tasting. And let's see. Cheers, Glenfiddich Solera vat 15-year-old. Cheers. That is so nice. It's a nice, inviting, sweet note coming out. There's some vanillas definitely there. There's even a hint of a chocolate note, but not a dark chocolate. A nice sweet chocolate note. There's a little bit of a fruity note from that sherry cask. It's definitely there, but it's not that rich dark fruit type of sherry influences. So definitely not a Christmas cake in a glass type of notes that you get. But a lovely sweetness, even with a little bit of added agitation. That youthfulness is definitely there. There's a little bit of an ethanol note coming out. A little bit of a light honey note as well. A little bit of a butterscotch note. And a hint of a raisins, but just a hint of that. Seems quite well balanced. Moving into that sweet side. A little bit of a fruity note. So quite an interesting. I don't think it's overly special, but I do like the nose of it, and hopefully it translates into the taste. Cheers. Loads and loads of fruity components. There's a little bit of a candiness to it, a little bit of a something like candied orange drops. or maybe some candied orange segments with a little bit of a crystallization, quite similar to that. Let me just try again. Definitely, oh, that's lovely sweet. It's sugary sweet, a little syrupy sweet. There's a hint of a oakiness coming in on the second sip. Not much. I suspect it's not very old, but there's definitely that little bit of an espresso aftertaste, but just a hint of it. So not a strong espresso, just giving you a little bit of a bitter note. Also got a little bit of a dry mouthfeel. Let me just try again. It does make my mouth go dry, which is not really unpleasant, so definitely not an oily one. Sweet, that butterscotch, maybe a little bit of an orange marmalade, but a sweet orange marmalade coming through as well. Maybe something a little bit like a kumquat, that small little oranges, the kumquats, oh, I love them. So quite similar to that little orange note. Let me just give you one more try. There's a little bit of a spicy note. I didn't expect that at 40% ABV, but there's a spiciness to it, a little bit of a peppery note. A little bit coating your mouth with a little heat, a little hot note, maybe like a hint of a chili note. That vanilla definitely still coming through. Quite pleasant. I need to go back. Now, even after a little bit of a taste, that vanilla notes is definitely now elevated. I get way more vanilla. A little bit of a fudge note, like a chocolate fudge note coming out now. Lovely. Chocolate, fudge, vanilla mix. Perfect little bit of a fudge. Really getting really nice on the nose. Let me give it one more try. This is a dangerous one. Alcohol, I don't get any alcohol now. I just get a lovely sweetness, a little bit of a caramel note coming out, a little bit of a chocolate note coming out, mixed with a little bit of an orange. Here in Belgium, we will also get a chocolate with a line of orange in it, quite similar to that. Love it. And I think that is something that you can drink. It is Belgium, this morning -7 degrees. Oh, it's freezing cold. So I think this is something that can be really helpful to warm up the body, and of course going to be quite dangerous because you don't get the alcohol. You just need to definitely make sure about that. Cheers. This is going to drink like water, a little flavored water. Absolutely fantastic. I do like it. I'm sure it's not going to be for the snobs, the people that have been drinking whiskey for 20 years and they are saying that, I'm sorry, I'm not even touching a 40% ABV whiskey. And I get that, I understand that. We are chasing the next best whiskey. And of course, this one maybe not for you, but for a guy that has never had whiskey, for a beginner in whiskey world, I think this is a perfect start. If this is something that you give to somebody that never tasted whiskey, that they are going to say, well, you know what, I think this is definitely something that I can go for in the future and maybe start that person off in their personal journey in whiskey drinking. Lovely stuff. So what do you think? Is that something that you've tried? Is that something that you would recommend to your non-whiskey drinker friends? Would you recommend it to your whiskey drinking friends that maybe have not ventured in that puny little 40% ABV whiskey? Fantastic stuff. I'll definitely recommend it. What do you think? Let me know. And please remember to like and subscribe. So close to that 1,000 subscribers. So a little bit nudge and a little push. Maybe I can also have a 1,000 subscriber Christmas. Cheers.